Angels with a 5-run lead, but Kansas City has loaded the bases with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
It's an inflated earned run average for Mike Holtz as he becomes the 4th pitcher used by the Angels this evening. An earned run average of better than 5, approaching 6, and he struggled recently in his most recent ball game. That was Saturday night's blowout in Minnesota. Holtz pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, a pair of earned runs as he walked 1 and struck out a pair. He'll face left-handed hitting Johnny Damon, as Pep Harris had bases loaded when he left this ballgame.
And Holtz comes in a jam with the bases full of Kansas City Royals. With Jeff Conine at third base, Shane Mack at second base, and Shane Halter at first. 7-2. Anaheim trying to sweep this series as they won last night 6-3 with 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning to break a 3-3 tie. Damon is 0 for 3, has a 13-game hit streak on the line. And Johnny with 4 home runs in his past. A big fly here could cut it to 1. Holtz brings it, and it is a curveball, missing ball 1. Damon extended his career high hit streak in his last at bat each of the last 2 games. He's got the longest hit streak in Kansas City history. Well, how about the great George Brett, a 30-game streak. There's a curveball right in there, 1-1.
Holtz's best pitch is his curveball. He has a couple of different spins with it, a couple of different deliveries so that he can throw the curveball often, and it just serves the purpose of having 2 or 3 different pitches.
Holtz throws the quicker curve. It's popped up. DeSarcina says he has it, and he does. That ends the inning as Kansas City strands 3, and the Angels take a 7-2 lead to the 9th.
Tonight on Prime 9 News.
Complete team coverage of all today's California primary results with live reports throughout the night. Plus, Monica Lewinsky's top attorney is out. What led to the legal shakeup?
Prime 9 News tonight after the game. Thursday at 7 on KCAL 9, Anaheim's big guns, Salmon and Edmonds, hit Seattle's home turf against longtime rivals A-Rod and Junior. It's a Western Division slugfest. Angels, Mariners, Thursday at 7 on KCAL 9.
Imagine if shopping for products and services were this easy.
Hon, here's a good one.
Wow, emergency router service.
Shopping can be this easy with GTE's Yellow Pages and Super Pages internet services. We give you the tools to make better shopping decisions. And with Super Pages, you can shop online. GTE directories. Shopping's right this way.
Do you have a dream? This is the one club card that can make it come true. Ralph's Club. Use it now because we're giving away $10,000 cash every day. And every week, it's a dream car, a Princess Cruise, and a Harley Davidson. Or if your dreams are as big as a house, Ralph's Club could be the key to your new Presley home. Ralph's 125th anniversary Dream Stakes. This week, use Ralph's Club to get U-Bahn or Maxwell House coffee for just $1.99 each.
Anaheim Angels baseball on KCAL 9 is brought to you by Edison International, the power behind peace of mind. By your Southern California Ford dealer. See your Ford dealer today. And by Carl's Jr. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face. Steve Physiak, Jerry Royce with you, and the Angels with a 5-run lead on Kansas City. 7-2, 7-10-2 for the Halos, 2-3-2 for Kansas City as Jared Washburn going for his first major league win in his big league debut. It will be Garrett Anderson to lead things off, and he will be followed by Justin Bachman and then Gary DeSarcina. And Garrett chasing 1 in the dirt behind the count, 0-2. New pitcher Scott Service.
Service pitched in last night's ball game, retired the only 3 batters he faced. Good fastball, slider, as he becomes the fourth pitcher used by Tony Muser.
And the new catcher's Mike Sweeney. And you talked to Mike before the ball game.
That's right. He wants to say hi to Mom and Dad, Mike and Maureen, and his brother Timmy. and the entire O'Shea family.
That's down the left field line, and Garrett Anderson racing around first, heading towards second, and he'll make it with a double. He just kind of reached out and punched that one, almost like throwing a dart just past the third baseman.
Milestone of sorts for Garrett Anderson. That's his 100th career double. Checking his hand to see all of his fingers were there. Hit that ball off the end of the bat. Palmer playing him over a bit to pull. Couldn't get to this ball. It rolls into short left field, and Garrett's on with a leadoff double.
Now Justin Bachman, who's had a terrific game. 3 for 4. And he pops that one in the air. Foul territory. A long run for Jeff King. He will not reach it. It is just strike one. Bachman has singled and scored a run in the second inning. He has also bunted for a base hit and hit his first home run in the major leagues with a 2-run blast in the 5th inning, and that gave the Angels a 5-1 lead. They scored 2 more in the 8th on singles by Salmon and Fielder with 2 out. Big runs the way the Royals rallied in the bottom of the 8th inning, threatening and loading the bases before Mike Holtz came on to get a final out. The pop up by Johnny Damon to shortstop Gary DiSarcina. And the news is next. The KCAL 9 Prime News is next.
For Bachman, tonight's a bit of coming of age, even though he's 3 for 4 with that home run. First 2 pitches that were delivered by Service, he tried to hit behind the runner to advance Anderson on over to third.
Well, he pops this one up. He was still trying to go to right field. Catch is made. Here goes Garrett Anderson, and he heads back. Good throw by the center fielder Johnny Damon.
But give Bachman credit. He took a couple of swings trying to advance the runner, and with 2 strikes you got to protect that plate. Lofts this ball in the air, and Damon's there to pull it in.
So now Gary DiSarcina coming to the plate. He has been on twice tonight with a walk and a double. Has had a great road trip, both offensively and certainly defensively, with a wonderful double play on a Dean Palmer smash that really saved that game. And he sends this one to third. Dean Palmer throws on target. Anderson stays at second. Dean has had his trouble tonight finding first base. 2 errors and another one that was in the dirt, and Tim Salmon reached on the play. Salmon driving in a run as there were 2 outs in that 8th inning. Now Erstad coming up. Darren 0 for 5. Did drive in a run in the second inning with runners in second and third, and is ground out to short. Ooh, and Erstad gets hit in the back, and he starts walking out towards Scott Service. 3 Angels have been hit in this game, and they have just tossed Scott Service, and the Angels start walking out, and Larry Boa is right at the foul line, and he's furious. Now this is the Angels' future. Erstad has been an absolute star this year, and when you start picking on the stars, I mean, they hit Erstad, or rather Phil Nevin, twice on purpose. Tony Muser had to know they were going to come back and hit one of their guys. They did, hitting Dean Palmer in the wallet. Where a major league pitcher will tell you that's where you go. Lower backside. And Tim Tashida, he has had enough. He said, we do not need this anymore. I'm surprised Tony Muser hasn't been tossed from the game. Or perhaps he has right now.
If Collins goes after the warning, and both benches have been warned, if they throw the pitcher's Service out of the ball game, the Muser's got to go with them. There's really been no fight by Tony on this. And it's Deckinger, the crew chief, and home plate umpire Tim Tashida that's explaining the situation to Muser. Really, there's no cause for explanation. That's the rule, and let's move on.
Exactly, but I cannot. You would think 2-1, who is going to even things up with the Angels getting the last one. But when Kansas City comes back and plunks the Angels best in Darren Erstad, well, you're going to have tempers flare again. And maybe Tony Muse is trying to convince them that, no, he was just throwing inside, trying to establish the inside corner. I don't think so.
Thursday at 7 on KCAL9, Anaheim's big guns, Salmon and Edmonds, hit Seattle's home turf against longtime rivals A-Rod and Junior. It's a Western Division slugfest. Angels, Mariners, Thursday at 7 on KCAL9.
Next on Spring, Nikki is a 14-year-old prostitute. But will her pimp let her go?
What are you doing setting guys up with a child? Big pimp and easy living, Jerry.
Next, Jerry Spring.
Midnight tonight on KCAL9.
On an average day, Edison turns on the power for over 11 million people, 5,200 big businesses, 380,000 small businesses, and countless writers. Delivering that power takes the days and nights of 12,057 employees and a century of technology, service, and guts. Think that's a lot? Not when you realize this is what brings Millie's Victorian lovers together. Southern California Edison, the power behind peace of mind.
Introducing the 24-ounce bottle from Pepsi. It's perfect for a lot of little thirsts. Or one great big thirst.
Uh-oh, not again. Hey, Shaq, thanks a lot.
Sorry. The totally new 24-ounce six-pack, only from Pepsi.
Little help, please. Somebody.
Top of the ninth inning, the Angels with a 7-2 lead, and another Kansas City pitcher has been tossed from the game. Scott Service, after hitting Darren Erstad in the wallet, and he has been thrown out. And Matt Wisnant is the new pitcher, the kid from La Cañada High School.
Wisnant was pitching last night to Jim Edmonds when Edmonds hit the ground ball to Martinez. It went through his legs. It led to a couple of runs in the ninth, and that was the difference in the ball game. Wisnant, used primarily against left-handers, has been quite successful this year. 2 hits and 31 at-bats. That's all that the opposition has been able to get against him.
But Jerry, it probably is not going to end here, this discussion about hit batters. 3 Anaheim Angels were hit, 1 Kansas City Royals. The games left with KC. Anaheim is here July 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. Then at Anaheim on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Get your tickets now.
Back in a different era of baseball, guys remembered things like this, and they were smart enough to say, I'll get them, but I'll wait till the time is right. You don't necessarily do it in the game when the umpires have it fresh in their mind, but you wait till the next series, maybe even the next year, before you try to even things up.
You pitched with the great, or actually you were friends with the great Don Drysdale when you were pitching there, and he a broadcaster, and Double D used to have a philosophy: you take one of mine, I'll get 2 of yours. And it's protecting your teammates. Hollins rips one to right field, but right at Jermaine Dye. That catch is made. Inning is over. Another Royal is tossed, and we continue with Bruce Keeson now taking over KC.
In my vision of the future,
What else is on?
I don't know. Will be
I'll check out the web TV listings.
Let this be noticed to all the.
Hey!
A Medsor.
Hey, cool. That is one ugly beetle.
No, it's a turtle.
Beetle.
It is a turtle.
It's a beetle.
Turtle. Hey, there's a website. An armadillo?
Introducing Web TV Plus. Watch what's possible. For instant thrills, just add water. Over 4 million raging gallons of water. Welcome to Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. Speed slides, body slides, tube slides. 22 of the wettest, wildest water thrills around. Like the towering Black Snake Summit and the drenching Bamboo Racer. Six Flags Hurricane Harbor. You'll be thrilled in an instant. Hurricane Harbor. You in or you out?
Save $3 on Hurricane Harbor admission with a coupon from participating Carl's Jr. restaurants.
You can't buy it or earn it.
And no matter how wisely you invest it, the amount you have will never increase. At Wells Fargo, we think the person who said time is money didn't place a high enough value on time. That's why we believe being fast isn't just a matter of speed. It's a matter of respect.
Anaheim with a 7-2 lead on the Kansas City Royals as we head to the bottom of the ninth at Kauffman Stadium. Tonight's power play of the game is brought to you by Edison International. We go back to the second inning. Jared Washburn with his first major league strikeout, striking out Sal Pisano, and a memory that will live with Jared forever. Probably every single pitch of this game will be in his time capsule. And I should tell our producer, Chuck McKean, that Mike and Don Washburn would like a tape of this game. Jamie Weimer will send it on the way. That's up and in, and Holtz is gone. He did not hit Offerman. He came up and in, and Mike Holtz has now been tossed in the game. Holtz is saying, hey, I'm just coming up and in. Larry Boa and Jose Offerman are in a jawing match in between home plate and the dugout. And Rod Carew screaming as he's trying to protect his guys, his hitters. Well, here we go, Jerry. Out again.
You just got to figure that something's going to happen after all these hit batsmen. Players getting ejected from the game. Both managers are gone. So this one's going to take a little while to settle things down.
But now what you want is that no one gets hurt. That's the key, as we have a scrum here. And here goes Gary DiSarcina and Dave Hollins. Frank White is holding down Gary DiSarcina, patting him in the back, saying, let's settle down and get this game over without anybody getting hurt. There's the guy no one wants to mess with if you're on Kansas City, Dave Hollins, the Angels' third baseman. Jose Offerman got a pitch inside from Mike Holtz. 3 Angels have been hit tonight, and 1 Kansas City Royal. Rod Carew cooling his head with Bruce Keeson. Well, Jerry, we thought this may have ended later in July or September when the two clubs meet again in Kansas City in July, in September, in Anaheim. But they weren't finished here in the 9th inning.
The umpires now get themselves infiltrated with the players as the action seems to have ceased, and what they're going to try to do is get some kind of order so that we can resume play here.
Well, Tony Musier, who has been kicked out of the game, has come back on, and he's still screaming at the umpires. But he was just pulling his players off, grabbing Jose Offerman and literally throwing him into the dugout to try and cool this thing off. DiSarcina went after one of the Royals and tackled him near the first base line. Well, we have seen a wild one tonight. Phil Nevin was the guy who was hit twice in this game, in the middle of the back and in the upper back near his head. Those are things that never should happen by major league pitchers. If you're throwing at a guy, there's only one place to throw at him, and that is the lower back. And now Tim Teixeira, Don Denkinger, Marty Foster, and Rick Reed will gather again and try and cool this thing off that is really heated up again in the bottom of the 9th inning. Oh, poor Jared Washburn. He's sitting with his jacket on in the dugout. This is his major league debut, and he's going, man, how about this? How about this big leagues? This is fun. World Championship Wrestling and Major League Baseball all in one night for the kid from Webster, Wisconsin.
Well, this is what started the latest Donnybrook. First pitch delivered by Mike Holtz, way inside, way off the plate. And that's it. Tim Teixeira says, okay, warnings have been issued, you're gone. And what he's trying to do then is keep Offerman from going out after Holtz. And enough was enough as far as the Angels bench was concerned. Kansas City looking ripe for a fight. They wanted a piece of it too.
And Rod Carew protecting his hitters. He was the most upset as they went after Nevin. They went after Erstad, and Rod says those are my guys. So Joe Madden, he finds out who has been tossed, and we'll tell you who has been crossed out of this ball game when we come back. We hope.
Honey, I gotta go to work.
To the men and women at Edison, protecting your service from natural disasters is more than just a job.
Don't worry, we'll save Daddy a seat.
It's a commitment that weathers hardship, hard work, and hard choices.
I'm scared.
Yeah, we got lights.
Thank you, Daddy.
Southern California Edison, the power behind peace of mind.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, I love doing new things. Oh, what's next?
How about the game?
I was thinking an exciting dinner.
Oh, boy.
Did somebody say McDonald's? Check it. The irresistible big and spicy chicken sandwich, $1.59.
Oh, yeah.
A spicy chicken patty, tomato, lettuce, and mayo on a toasted bun. The big and spicy chicken sandwich. An irresistible taste, an irresistible price.
Perfection.
Nothing's too good for you.
McDonald's, the big temptation.
Dude, get down. It's my chair. Let's go. I'm not playing games.
Okay, here we go again.
Oh, dude.
He's got him right where he wants it. Just a bit outside.
Hey, those dog obedience classes really paid off.
Bob, you're restocking housewares. Surely you're on register 8. You in the yellow. You know what to do.
We're rolling back prices all over the store to save you even more. Always low prices, always Walmart.
A 7-2 ball game. The Angels leading over Kansas City in the bottom of the 9th inning. We've had a major league debut by a kid by the name of Jared Washburn. He was magnificent. We've seen the first major league home run by second baseman Justin Bachman, and we've also seen eye drops in Sal Fasano after a major brouhaha between Kansas City and the Anaheim Angels. We've had 2 fights in this game break out. Several players have been tossed from the game. We have not been told who has been thrown out after the last debacle. Gary DiSarcina obviously staying in the game after he was involved in a mix-up with Felix Martinez, and DiSarcina won that bout. He's talking with the Angel center fielder Jim Edmonds. Tony Muser already gone. Kansas City's running out of bodies. They're calling to Omaha to get somebody called up, finish the game. And here's Shigetoshi Hasegawa, who won last night's game.
He appeared in that game last night, just went 1 inning. That was the inning the Angels put together some runs and came on to win that ball game last night. So he's called on again tonight. You see the numbers overall. Hasegawa doing quite well. All those wins, all three of them have come in relief.
Southern California had 2 pitchers from Japan. Hasegawa of the Angels, Hideo Nomo of the Los Angeles Dodgers, but Nomo has been designated for assignment and will be traded, released. Japanese fans very upset with the Dodgers for making that decision on Hideo Nomo. Meantime, Japanese fans turning their attention towards the man on the hill, Hasegawa, and Angel fans as well, as he'll try and close this game out. Meantime, around the major leagues, a lot of other games going on, like Texas's victory over Tampa Bay to hold their 4.5 game lead on the Angels if the Angels survive and win this game. Baltimore, though, beat Seattle, coming back twice, and the Mariners took leads in the 9th and 10th inning. Ken Griffey Jr. had 2 home runs. Minnesota blasted Oakland 10-3. New York, the Yankees, a winner again, and New York is now 39-13 to open 1998. Boston took Detroit 11-3 as the Red Sox stay within 7.5 of first place New York, and Cleveland beats Detroit 8-3. The Indians in first place and still by 8.5 games over the Minnesota Twins. Joe Madden stays in the game. The Angels thrown out Mike Holtz, Joe Madden, and Frank Bullock, and only Felix Martinez has been thrown out for Kansas City. The Angels against the Mariners, as after tonight's ball game, the Angels will fly to Seattle for Chuck Finley's matchup against Randy Johnson tomorrow at 7:30. Then on Thursday at 7 o'clock, Ken Hill and Ken Cloud on KCAL 9. Offerman, they're saying, was hit by the pitch. I just thought that was an inside pitch from Holtz.
And that's what Holtz thought. But he was booted from this ball game, and
wow,
then all kinds of things broke out. Well, anyway, that's the way the situation is. Hasegawa comes on, Offerman on first. The batter is Jeff King.
And here is Shiggy, and he throws strike 1. We showed the replay, and Mike Holtz did not hit Jose Offerman, but Tim Tashita said he must have gotten a thread on his jersey. That ball hit to third. Hollins has it, goes to second base. He is out.
Ball hit down to third base about medium speed. Hollins on the short hop gets it. Has to take an extra step or two to get his balance. And there's Justin Bachman. He's trying to time the throw to second base so that he can catch the ball, tag the bag, and get off. And the Kansas City fans are upset because they felt that Bachman had come off the bag before he had caught the ball.
Now Dean Palmer was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. And that got an Angel pitcher toss in this game. That was Rich DeLucia. Dean Palmer 0 for 3. Dean swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Palmer has hit the ball hard tonight. Fly to deep right field, sending Garrett Anderson against the wall. Fly to deep center field, then twice. That ball low, and they will give Jeff King second base. This will not be a stolen base. Special election coverage on the KCAL 9 Prime 9 News that is coming your way as soon as this game is over, and just 2 outs to go. Angels with a 5-run lead. That ball hit hard. Hollins has it, looks his man back to second, goes to first, and throws it away.
Tough night for third baseman. A couple of errors by Dean Palmer and a couple now by Dave Hollins. All of them have come on throws. Hollins gets this ball, catches on a short hop, takes a couple of steps, fires his ball hard over to first base, but nowhere near Big Daddy. It gets down that first base line, and both runners are able to advance. One more time. Here's the look. Hollins dropped down quite a bit on that throw as it goes wild.
Now Jeff Conine, and he takes inside, the ball skipping away. Hasegawa clearly not trying not to hit Jeff Conine. It's a situation now where the Angels don't want to do anything to allow Kansas City back in this game. Dave Hollins only had 2 errors, Jerry, in his first 43 games. He has 6 in his last 7, just in case Troy Percival is warming in the Angels pen. That's ticked foul, 1-1.
So if you're a pitcher, you have to walk a fine line if you're a guy who likes to pitch inside. When you leave it up to an umpire's discretion as to whether you're too far inside, well, that takes one of your weapons away.
Center field and deep. Jim Edmonds racing back. He makes, oh, he dropped the ball. Edmonds slammed into the warning track. 2 runs will score, making it 7-4. He had the ball for a moment. Then as he slid on the track, he could not hold on, and Jim Edmonds is limping in right center.
Well, Edmonds walks this one off. Let's see what happens. It's a hanging breaking ball. Conine with good power to the gaps sends his ball deep right center. Edmonds had it measured, had the ball in his glove, hit the ground, and that's when it popped out. Allowed a couple of runs to score as Edmonds couldn't get back to the ball before the 2 runners came around. You see, he had it in his glove, then he hit the ground, and by the time he hit the ground, the ball did come out of his glove.
And there's a base hit to right center field. Coming around to score is Jeff Conine. And all of a sudden, it's a scary situation for Anaheim. A 2-run lead for the Angels with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Marcel Latchman has Troy Percival warming up in the Angels pen. He may have to go to him for the 3rd night in a row. Percival was involved in that fight that occurred earlier in this inning.
Pitch by Hasegawa. Actually a pretty good pitch, down a little bit out over the plate. Shane Mack drives his ball into right center field. Conine is going to be able to come around and score and put the 3rd run of the inning across for Kansas City.
And Larry Boa will come out of the dugout, and he will make the pitching change as Hasegawa, really to start the frame, did his job. Coming in for Mike Holtz, who was thrown out of the game after they said hit Jose Offerman. And then Jeff King grounded out on a fielder's choice. Dave Hollins made a throwing error to first base. Jeff Conine then doubled. Shane Mack then doubled to right center field, and here comes Troy Percival. Well, we've got a delay in the game, and it is far from over. A 2-run lead for Anaheim. 7-5 that once was 7-2 to start this ninth.
LA's fastest growing station is also LA's most critically acclaimed, winning more Emmy Awards than any other local station. KCAL 9, Los Angeles.
20 cars go under in the ultimate safety test. Learn how much time you have to get out safely. And did you know power locks and windows still work for up to 10 minutes? See it all on Real TV.
6:30 tomorrow on KCAL 9.
Introducing the Sicilian pizza from Pizza Hut, the most intense tasting pizza ever. This is as much oregano, basil, and garlic as you can jam into a 4-cornered crust without the government regulating it. I got one word for you, pal. Duck and cover! This is the mother of all pizzas, our new Sicilian pizza, only at Pizza Hut, only $8.99. For the absolute mother of a deal, get up to 3 toppings or any specialty pizza for $2 more. Can you handle it?
Come in now to vote for your favorite Major League Baseball All-Stars at Pizza Hut.
We've had a wild night in Kansas City, and it ain't over yet. But when it is, we've got a special election coverage on the Prime 9 News following this ball game. So Troy Percival comes out of the bullpen. This is the guy who is gunning for what, save number 15 this year, Jerry?
He got save number 15 last night.
Okay.
He's going for number 16. Threw a perfect, well, actually, it wasn't a perfect ninth inning last night. Gave up a hit, registered a strikeout. And as Percival warms up, we take a look and see that Dave Hollins is coming out of the ballgame. Craig Shifley grabs a glove, asks for a baseball, so he's going to toss a little bit too to get himself loose. When we have something on Hollins, we'll let you know.
Well, there are times in Dave Hollins, because of his diabetes, where he will really wear down towards the end of the game, and Terry Collins always has kept a close eye on Dave. And he is a gamer, a guy who is a very gutsy player, has shown a great deal of courage in his past, but he may have seen too much and told Rick Smith, the trainer, that, you know what, I'm flat exhausted. So Shipley comes on to play third base for the Angels.
When you're out of gas, you have to be realistic about it. Take yourself out of a ball game. So Larry Boa, the acting manager, turns it over to Troy Percival in an effort to get these final 2 outs.
The batter is Jermaine Dye, who's hit the ball well in this game, even though he's 1 for 4. He has doubled to drive in a run in the second. He's lined to left field, hitting the ball right in the screws, but right at Darren Erstad. Grounding out hard to Gary DiSarcina, and also striking out against a good Harris curveball. Shane Mack is at second base, but Dye is the tying run. Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. Quite a day. I mean, very newsworthy for the Angels as the amateur draft today, and the Angels taking USC's right-handed pitcher Seth Atherton. Then Jared Washburn in his major league debut. Justin Bachman with his first major league home run. Here's the 0-2 by Percy. And foul back. Dye's getting the timing down. We've also had 2 fights in this game as 4 batters have been hit. 3 Angels and 2 Royals.
Don't remember, this is the 3rd night in a row that Percival's pitched.
One and 2.
Now he still gets it up there pretty good. But in the past, I guess there could be a question about his effectiveness as far as movement and the location of the pitch.
And did you see Walbeck that time motioning down, get the ball down? He kept it up. Curveball away, 2 and 2.
Pretty good curveball delivered by Percival. Good location at a good time.
And he struck him out with a fastball into Jermaine Dye.
No question about the quality of that pitch. Good fastball, high rider, gets up around letter high and throws the right past Jermaine Dye for out number 2.
And Jared Washburn waiting patiently for his first major league win in what has been a wild, memorable night. Now Percival facing Mike Sweeney. Sweeney has some kind of power. The kid from Ontario High School in Orange, California. Royals 10th pick in '91. 7 home runs last year. Percival gets strike 1. He's got 3 bombs this year. The big fella now 24 years of age. Up the middle to Gary DiSarcina. This should do it. It does. The Angels win. Percival gets the save, and Jared Washburn wins his major league debut.
An outstanding effort by a couple of guys, Steve, that have come through the farm system on this draft day.
That will do it for tonight's game. Again, the final score, 7-5 Angels. Our next telecast here on KCAL 9 will be this Thursday at 7 o'clock as the Angels head to Seattle to battle the Mariners. For my partner, Jerry Royce, I'm Steve Biziak.